The alien planet had a sky the color of bruised metal, cast in shifting hues of gray and violet. The ground was slick with mosses that glowed faintly underfoot, and the trees were monstrous things, their twisted trunks and needle-like leaves forming dense forests that blocked even the scantest light from above. Human hunter Jace Larkin crouched down and scanned his surroundings, finger twitching near his weapon's trigger. Jace had been dropped onto Zork with one goal in mind: to scout new life forms and identify any threats to humanity. Over the years, the colonization effort had spread to hundreds of planets, but none had creatures quite like those found on Zork. Elusive, strangely humanoid in appearance, and quick to flee any human contact. To Jace, they were the perfect quarry. Today, though, he was in for something different. After hours of trekking through the thick, silent forest, his visor detected a faint life signature nearby, weaker than the others he had tracked before. The signal led him to a clearing, and there, in the center, was a sight he'd never expected. An alien creature stood before him, bound tightly to a tree by tendrils of shimmering, vine-like cords. Its form was both familiar and foreign. About his height, lean, with a vaguely humanoid shape, though its skin shimmered with an iridescent quality. Its eyes, large and deep-set, glowed with a sickly green light. Its elongated fingers twitched, as if struggling to break free. Jace raised his rifle, aiming at the creature's chest. He hesitated, though, curiosity and something else he couldn't name gnawing at him. He had killed creatures before, but this one was different. He moved closer cautiously. The creature's eyes widened, and a soft, pleading hum escaped from it. "You speak?" he asked, feeling foolish for expecting an answer. To his surprise, a voice echoed in his mind. It was soft, weary, carrying the weight of countless ages. "Release me." Jace froze, weapon half lowered. He'd heard of telepathic species, but never encountered one in his lifetime. "Why should I?" he asked aloud, masking his unease with bravado. "You're like me?" A laugh slipped out before he could stop it. "Like you? I don't think so. You do not understand yet, human." His curiosity getting the better of him, Jace reached out to examine the cords binding the creature. The tendrils seemed to pulse with an eerie life of their own, almost as if they were feeding on the creature's energy. He could feel a strange hum in the air, like an electric current. "Who did this to you?" "Those who would consume." The creature's voice was tinged with pain. "My kin, and yours are bound together." Something in its words resonated with Jace, a strange sense of familiarity. He decided to take a risk. Using his knife, he began to cut through the tendrils. They resisted at first, writhing as if alive, but with enough force, they snapped. The creature collapsed forward, catching itself on weak, trembling limbs. "Are you injured?" Jace asked, awkwardly offering a hand. The creature hesitated before placing its hand in his, its skin soft and cool to the touch. As it straightened up, its gaze met his, and in that moment, a flood of images rushed into Jace's mind. He saw Earth, bright and green, but then ruined by war and pollution. He saw humans boarding ships in desperation, fleeing a planet that could no longer sustain them. He saw Zork, a once thriving world with cities, culture, and countless lives, until humanity had arrived and begun to terraform it, erasing all traces of the planet's original inhabitants. "My people were here first," the creature spoke in his mind, sorrowful. "We are not so different." Jace staggered back, overwhelmed. We're not here to destroy, only to survive," he stammered. "And yet, you do destroy." The creature's words hit him harder than any physical blow could have. He wanted to argue, to say that they had no other choice, that humanity's expansion was a necessary evil. But deep down, he knew it wasn't entirely true. They could have found a way to coexist if they had tried. "You're one of them, aren't you? The ones who've been watching us." The creature nodded. "We watched, and we mourned." A sharp pain flared in his mind, an echo of the creature's suffering, of lives lost as the human terraformers rolled through forests and mountains, turning Zork into something fit for human habitation and deadly for the natives. "What happens now?" he asked quietly, unable to look at it. The creature's gaze softened. You have freed me, Jace Larkin. I will return to my people and warn them of what you are. Jace tightened his grip on his weapon, instincts urging him to stop it. But he lowered his gun. He knew, somehow, that he couldn't shoot. Not now. Well, what if I try to help? The creature tilted its head, a glimmer of hope shining in its weary eyes. Then perhaps there is a chance yet for your kind and mine. But know this, the balance you have broken will not be easy to restore. As the creature faded into the trees, Jace stood alone in the clearing, the weight of its words pressing on him. He didn't know what he could do, but for the first time, he saw the universe in shades other than the stark black and white of survival. And maybe, just maybe, he would find a way to change things for both their sakes.